Hey Chidrin, hey Bear, oh my gosh. That was almost instant. Hi. Sorry for the tardiness, but I'm here, everything's fine. Yeah, everything is looking good. Let's go. It was also like a punch in the gut, because when the game loads, there's Mairi here and then she slowly disappears as the title menu loads. Why? Why? Okay, we left off over here. Okay, yeah. We fought it last time and we have to get it over with this time. Okay. Bracing myself. Okay. In my weakened state, my reasonable facade is about to break. Right now, there are no other people in the greenhouse, but if I don't get it over with soon, someone might come. What if someone were to walk in on the unsightly scene of me vomiting? Just when I'm thinking it's over, my nausea grows stronger and sweat drips from my forehead. I address the presence lurking behind me. I whisper. The sound of strangely loud footsteps suddenly echoes in my ears. I turn my head slowly to where the voice is coming from. There she stands with the puzzled look on her face. She is looking at me. I am looking at her. She is seeing me here on my knees as though I am repenting. Okay, I guess now we can skip stuff. Oh, alright. Sure. So, her smile fades, and with sincere eyes, she asks. We told the truth last time, but now it seems that it is in our character to just lie about stuff. So, okay. My feelings are conflicted, and dark thoughts rush through my head. I cannot look straight into her eyes and lie. But my mouth chooses to lie. Her gaze is so direct, so sincere, that I feel terrified. I am too scared to tell the truth. She urges me gently with her ever-cheery kindness. I respond, my eyes cast downward. Hearing cheery voices at the tea party, I look at Mairi, faintly smiling as she has her tea poured, and I let out a small sigh. After the exchange we had last night in our room, unable to keep silent any longer, I'd tried on multiple occasions to come clean about my issues to Mairi. During the break between classes, and when it was just the two of us during ballet, I'd had several chances to talk to her, but I'd wasted every one of them. Part of it is my own cowardice, and then part of it is Mairi rejecting me. She'd heard those words. How overwhelmed with nausea, I'd begged my stepmother for forgiveness. I still don't think, in both situations, I still don't think it is that big of a deal. I don't really get why. Or maybe it's all just in Suo's head, because I don't see how Mairi rejected her necessarily. And she barely even had the chance to get the word in the night before because Rika came in and was like, okay, everybody go to bed. So it's like a storm in a teacup. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see it as such a big deal. Mairi doesn't know about her stepmother, doesn't know why she was begging for forgiveness, doesn't know anything. And I feel, at least in the previous playthrough, she just didn't want to assume and intrude. That's why she was kind of holding back, but she wasn't necessarily judging or assuming things. So, anyway. If we were close friends, she would probably have kindly asked me about it. But even though she is my amitié partner, our relationship is that of classmates and does not go as far as friends. I let out another long sigh and leave behind a gazebo full of cheerful voices. I guess I'll go kill some time in the library. Just as I'm slipping through the campus gates. Himot-chan. A voice calls out to me, echoing through the entrance. Sister Basket trots over to me with something like an apron in her hand. Sister Basket knows about the after-class tea parties. She knows that since Rika, the host, is my amitié partner, I usually join when I have no other plans. Unable to say the real reason, I give a vague answer, and Sister Basket puts her finger to her cheek, cutely. She knits her eyebrows and nods, probably thinking to herself that I'm having teenage girl issues. She puts her finger to her brow and closes her eyes. After a moment, something seems to occur to her, and she looks at me like Ichigo does before she starts some mischief. More errands, I suppose? What Sister Basket asks me to do is the same thing she's asked me to do before, which is gardening work in the greenhouse. At first I thought about turning her down because of the location, but... Transferring plants and working the vegetable patches is hard work. It may allow me to escape from my angsty thoughts. With this in mind, I accept Sister Basket's request. I accept, but... There's someone here who reminds me all too vividly of the incident in the greenhouse. Aww, oh my god, this is so cute. What? Oh. Yes. So adorable. What the heck? Aww. It fits her. It suits her so well. Nerine Komikado wipes sweat off her forehead and smiles. Thanks to Mairi's lie, my strange behavior at the chorus club was chalked up to me not feeling well. When I heard that I would be gardening together with Komikado, I seriously regretted accepting this job. Komikado pleasantly cocks her head and smiles as she looks at the spring cabbages we've harvested. Her luxurious wavy hair sways and glitters in the gentle spring sunlight, just like a golden stalk of wheat in the wind. Seeing Komikado's carefree smile, I look at the vegetable patches around the greenhouse and nod in agreement. As part of our moral education at the academy, we grow some of the vegetables that are served with our meals. They want us to understand that we are receiving the life of something we have raised. Okay. Every student at the academy takes turns working the fields. I love just cabbage cut in thin strips with a bit of salt, pepper, oil and vinegar. It's the best thing. Seeing Komikado beaming at the spring cabbage she has harvested, I feel some of my tension ease. It seems the only person feeling awkward here was me. Oh, I'm sorry, Ben. I'm so sorry. It's not like proper fruit, it's like a side salad. I'm sorry. I follow Komikado's gaze toward the patch I'd been working. I see Komikado's field has been harvested row by row, while mine looks like a smile with missing teeth. I rush to answer her question as she cocks her head at me. That actually is a fair point. Who is the senpai now? She clasps her hands together with an innocent smile. The words just slip out without me thinking. Komikado blinks at me in surprise. I said something rude to an upperclassman. Flustered, I look around for something else that I can pretend I was calling cute. Alright, that's sweet. Her white cheeks flush red as she smiles at me. I'm surprised that Komikado, who looks like she could be a movie star, has never been told she was cute before, but... I cannot believe that Komikado has called me her friend, and my heart hammers in my chest. She is kind to people. It's probably just lip service. That's so mean. Okay, I understand that you have no self-confidence or like issues with self-confidence because I have them too, but don't assume when someone's being nice to you that it's all lip service. That's kind of mean to the person who's trying to be nice. Also, the Sasakis, Rika and Mayuri really mean it when they call you beautiful, you dum-dum. Oh my god. I finally found the right answer and my red cheeks and thumping heart calmed down. Yeah, the right answer. I realized that Komikado has seen me staring at her and is squirming, her cheeks still red, apparently at a loss for words. I blush and nod, encouraged by the words of this girl who I have made blush. The awkwardness I felt at the start is gone. Although she is overwhelmingly beautiful, there aren't any stumbling blocks in our conversation anymore, I think. But she asks me innocently. What? Oh, this is cute. What the heck? Alright. The heat and scent of the girl next to me, who is so close we are practically nestled together, is driving me mad. She cocks her head and looks at me in a cute way. But I'm more focused on... I'm so distracted by her feet touching mine in the washing area, I can barely think. Oh my god. No, I already came to the conclusion that was just lip service, because she's a kind person. This is... My only knowledge comes from movies and novels, but I get the feeling people overseas are much more intimate in their interactions than Japanese people. That must be it. The way her mind spins and spins. As we know well.
そんなことありません。コミカド先輩と話しているのは、楽しいです。そう？私人付き合いの仕方が下手で、譲り葉にはよくそれで笑われてしまうのだけど、急に慣れ慣れしくなかったかしらと思って。やっぱりこれって。いえ、でも驚きました。コミカド先輩って小食そうなのにご趣味がそうね、初めて聞く方はみんなそう言うわ。でも小食なのは当たりよ。私猫食いなの。少しの量をちょっとずついただくのが好きなの。
She giggles and her whole body shakes like a child, which puts me at ease.
私も好きです。料理を作るのがですけど。鈴木さんたちから見学に行ったことを聞きました。お料理ができるなんて素敵ね。いえ、私はあまり得意ではなくて、お裁縫とかならできるのですけど。
We have that in common. I imagine Komikado knitting next to a fireplace, and the image suits her so well that I giggle slightly.
あ、もしかしてできないと思っている？そんなことは。お仕置きよ。
Those are weirdly drawn toes. But okay. They're kind of like fingers, but mini fingers. What? Her foot touches my leg as though to snake around it. And I let out a squeal that's very unlike myself. Just when I'd finally calmed down, my heart starts beating fast again, and my face and neck turn a deep shade of red.
Senpai!
I thought this was Rika's route. What's happening?
冗談よ。でもね、ほらまだ泥がついているでしょ。え、あ、
I don't even have time to check for the dirt. Her foot tickles mine teasingly. Then she coquettishly twines her leg with mine. I know she's joking, but...
これってなんだか。
To me it's just so funny because of the toes. I'm so sorry. It's just... they're stylized in a way that I don't know, it cracks me up. Toe touching. Better than hand holding, I guess. It is unique. I wasn't there for 5 minutes. How did we get here? Can we go back to hand holding? Isaac. I was here the whole time. I also don't know how we got here. Just apparently just netting things. We're seeing a side of her we haven't seen before. Yeah. I recall a scene in a novel which just makes me feel even more feverish. And Bea took a screenshot, didn't you? Is that what it is? That's what it is, my phone just notified me. Ay. Yep, there it is. Your screenshots make it look like this is all the novel is about and I'm always cringing. But actually right now I find it very funny. Okay. The most normal way. Yeah. I gotta go before this devolves into toe holding. No, don't go, Seku.
あちらでは37度が平熱なんですって。そういえば、白羽さんも赤くなっているわね。
I promise this is not all the novel is.
暑い。そんなことは。さあ、よかった。あ、ほらまだ足の間。これで取れた。よかったわ。
She smiles innocently at me and I look down to hide my scarlet face.
でもよかった。少しは元気が出たみたいで。王室で私と会った時、随分と暗い顔をしていたから心配だったの。だから少しふざけてみたの。コミカド先輩、気遣ってくれていたんだ。
Yeah, Bea likes to collect those. I'd only been thinking how awkward it would be, but Komikado was concerned about me.
気を悪くしてしまった。ごめんなさい。私ダメね。譲り派に言われるわけだわ。
I hurriedly shake my head at the melancholy Komikado and tell her that it's not it at all.
実は私、コミカド先輩の言う通り落ち込んでいて、先輩も人付き合いがっておっしゃっていましたけど、私も全然得意ではないんです。それでやっと仲良くなれてたと思っていた人と。そう。はい。でも大丈夫です。コミカド先輩と話していて、私元気が出ましたから。
She gives me a tragic expression, mutters something, then gently lays her head on my shoulder.
自分が愛しても心が届かないというのは辛い。わかるわ。え？これは私の話。白羽さん、私と話しているとき、敬語を使っているでしょ？その仲違いしていた方と話しているときも、敬語を使っていた？
Finally, someone asks the question. Did you actually try to talk to that person? Fair point. My conversations with Mary spring to mind, and I nod.
私はね、敬語というのはある種の武装だと思うの。
Ah, okay, her point was like if it were like in a formal way. Okay, I see.
敬語を使うということは、相手がよく分かってないときや、心の内を晒したくないときに使うものでしょ。確かに、そうかもしれない。
Even though I wanted to be friends, I was drawing a line between us.
もしかしてだけど、その人は白羽さんの言葉によそよそしさを感じているのかも。私のこれはもう癖になってしまっているけど、仲違いをしてしまったのなら、もっと自分の言葉で話してみたらどうかしら。
Very good advice. Thank you, Nerine. Thank you, thank you. Finally, someone says it. Jeez. Yeah, well, it's fine. We all in our lives were at some point not mature enough for various things, and we have to learn by making mistakes. That's how it goes. Komikado's advice is different from the problem between me and Mighty, but...
そう。自分から線を引いていたのかもしれない。
You are, and you're making things up in your head. It's true that even when I want to speak with her openly, I've been scared of exposing myself.
私、ちゃんと彼女と話し合ってみます。そう、よかったわ。
It may be rude, but I feel that this upperclassman, who is doing her best to talk to me, is more like my underclassman.
かわいい。あ、また。もう、ちゃんと話しているのに。
Komikado acts mad, but she's smiling, and I silently send her my gratitude. Aww. Okay, that was cute. See? Overall, it was cute and nice. Setting aside the awkwardness of the the foot touching. Alright. Okay, now we can skip stuff? Alright. Ah, we're back at the mystery side. Okay, we pick the options again. So, which country has the most Christians? Italy. And taboo number in that country is 17. Okay. I am filled with calm as I sit in the bath, alone in the silent mist.
あゆりさんともだいぶ仲良くなったものね。
Ah, that's it? That was the only sentence that was new? Now I can skip more? Apparently. First of all, should I even be hiding? Should I say something? I can't make myself known this time.
こんな時間に入るの初めてだよ。
私もそうよ。二人だけってなんだか変な感じね。
The two of them are talking with their bodies completely exposed.
話しかけるのなんて無理だわ。
Just catching a glimpse of the two of them unabashedly exposing their bodies. Not just my cheeks, but my entire neck and body heat up. I look at myself and see my whole body is red, and it's not because of the hot water. It's from shame. Perhaps because she's not wearing her glasses, Rika is closer to Mairi than usual as they talk. Her skin is close enough to stir up strange emotions within me and make my chest tighten. Ooh.
こんな状態で話しかけるなんて。
そういえば、スオさんのことだけどさ。
Hearing my name unexpectedly, I freeze and forget all about calling out to them. Alright, we skip that. The atmosphere starts to feel a little dangerous and I do nothing. I wonder if I should mediate between the two of them to stop a falling out. But
私なんかが何ができるんだろう。
my previously high spirits have been sunk by Mairi's words. In my own way, I had been trying my best to be more than just Amitia partners. To be friends. But that thinking was just hubris.
意のない努力に意味はない。
私はね、まゆりさん。仲良くすることで勘違いされるなら、それでも構わないと思うわ。邪推するならすればいいのよ。立花は良くても、スオさんはどう思うかな。向こうは望んでいないかもしれない。
Rika looks daunted by the thought. I want to tell her that it's not true.
一つ聞くけど、まゆりさんにとって、スオさんはどんな存在なの？親しい知人ではある。でも、友人ではない。
I knew this, but hearing her say it so frankly, I feel the fire in my heart and body suddenly disappear and change to a feeling of calm. Okay. I forget why we were asked to pick between them. Which one you are closer with? Okay, okay. So this time we say Rika. I instinctively look at each of them sitting on either side of me. Hosaka's expression is unchanged, while for some reason Rika appears to be blushing.
仲がいいのは立花さんだと思います。スオさん。
She blinks, overwhelmed with emotion. She takes hold of my hand under the desk, her fingers interlocking with mine.
そうですか。確かに最近は特に仲がいいように見えますものね。本の貸し借りをしたり、花火師さんが委員で大変な時は畑仕事を代わったりしているようですしね。はい、スオさんにはお仕事を手伝ってもらっています。本当に感謝しているんです。
The hand holding mine under the desk heats up, as if to further convey her feelings.
リカさんはお風呂場でも仲良くしたいと言ってくれたものね。
I tightly squeeze her hand and return to convey my gratitude. She stares at me in surprise.
私も感謝しているわ。
I whisper. The interview ends and we first years gather in the ballet room. Oh, sorry. We can skip. It's all good. So... What was this again? If someone helps you, it might make it easier to just get it over with. To get the clothes off for the measuring thing. Ugh. Tell her you're fine on your own. Okay.
リカさんが脱ぐのを手伝ってくれる？
It takes a moment for the meaning to sink in, but when the image finally cements itself in my mind.
いいです。大丈夫。私一人でできるから。そう？ええ、恥ずかしかったけれど、今その。
I look around at the upperclassmen who are all in their underwear.
逆に制服姿の方が恥ずかしい感じになっていますし。
I say. With everyone's eyes on me. Okay, there we go. Now we skip it. And we're back here. Okay, so she's getting compliments on her legs. Okay, they're not that big, sure. I try to direct her attention elsewhere. I say this and Ichiko goes rigid all of a sudden.
それはさすがに嫌味に聞こえるんじゃないかな。
モテるものは言うことが違いますね。違うの。ただジロジロ見られるし、あんまりいいものじゃないんだよってことで。
I try to explain to the two of them, who are once again strangely cooperating with each other. Ichiko remains silent. Mairi and Ringo are unable to laugh, keep their mouths shut, so Rika whispers to me instead.
謝った方がいいと思うわ。少しの差なら笑い話にできるけれど、スポーツブラのイチゴさんには耳が痛い話だもの。聞こえているよ。
Ichigo mutters, making Rika recoil and let out a small shriek. I don't think Ichigo needs a lawyer to defend her on this. I think she's fine. She is looking down and I can't see her expression, but when she raises her head...
ここで怒ると思っているなら私への評価が低いよ。ここは怒るところじゃない。冷静になり、リサーチするところだ。
Yeah, that's more like it. That is in line with her character.
リサーチ？で、なんだけど、いつくらいから胸大きくなったの？その時のよく食べていたものは？睡眠時間とかどれくらいとってた？あ、よくやっていた運動とかも聞きたいんだけど。
I'm more overwhelmed by Ichigo's menacing look than my own embarrassment.
お尻、思いっきり触られているのにな。
I answer Ichigo's questions, unable to ask her to remove her hand from my hip. Okay, we're past that. Right. I'll get her back to normal. I can't make her... this is about Mairi keeping her distance? I think that's what it was. I can't make her a geek. I don't even know... I don't know what this is. How do you read this? This thing is a term that means the president of a college, indicating the top of the academic hierarchy. I do not think of myself this way. I say. Yaigaki claps her hands as if to say, I like this one.
私はお前くらいになればギーク。オタクだよな。どうしようもない処置オタクだ。本を読んでないと落ち着かない。赤ん坊のおしゃぶりみたいなものだ。
I smile wryly and nod at the fitting word.
今は様子がおかしいけれど、まゆりさんはすぐに元に戻るわ。本好きにはなってもらいたいけど、やっぱりまゆりさんには春の日だまりのような彼女に戻ってもらいたいし。春の日だまりね。
Yaigaki puts her chin in her hand and looks off in the distance as if she's pondering something.
ま、スラッカー呼ばわりされないように、それとなく見てやればいいさ。
She says.
おや、おかえりだ。
In the farthest part of the library, Mairi, who has taken one of Yaigaki's favorite spots, returns the book to the shelf. Ah, sorry, I can skip now. All is good. I wonder if this letter is real. They might really want to be friends. Oh, it's the one from Ichigo, right? Oh, now we have to pick that she's being tricked again. Oh, this is gonna be so much worse. Oh. The boy's making a circle around me and pointing. I will never forget that scene. That was the first malicious thing done to me since I had entered my grandfather's care. A soul-crushing act, showing zero regard for the feelings of others. After the love letter incident, I'd become afraid to talk to other people. Is this letter sent to make fun of me the same way as last time? I asked myself. I can't really say anyone is my friend yet, but I now have people I can talk to aside from blood relatives. There could be someone who, like the letter says, has watched me from afar and wants to be my friend. I'm terrified. I cannot shake the fear, but I'll go. I have made up my mind. Okay, after class, right. So maybe I should go back, wait, or leave before I run into them. Leave before I run into them. A cowardly thought occurs to me, that if I go home now, then I won't even have to see the person who was, who has, as I'd feared, lured me out to trick me. Despite being in a place of tranquility, I feel an ominous premonition that I cannot shake. The image of those boys coming through the door of the auditorium, smirking and saying, "Look, she really just waltzed in here," won't go away. I can see the words on the letter I'm squeezing in my hand. The words, "Come find me." She must be smirking at me standing here, so ashen with fear. The moment I think that they could be watching me this very minute, I feel a piercing gaze which seems to penetrate my uniform and go straight through my skin. I slowly turn in the direction I feel the gaze coming from. Alright. The two of them are smiling wickedly at me and I am too sad to speak. The cruel words of the boys circle around my head and I can't say anything. It's so crazy that like even here you see even more of a contrast between the Sasaki's intentions and what is spinning around in Suo's head. I am too sad to speak. And then they're like, are you too overjoyed to speak? Yeah. Just completely at odds.
そうだよね。女の子にとってラブレターをもらうとか嬉しいものね。ここが女子校でなければ。
The two of them are laughing together.
やっぱりこの二人は私を笑いに来たのだ。
Assumptions again. I guess I'm a little bit in the way of the text. So they really did come to laugh at me. No, they did not. I think. And just as I had thought, we had gotten close. They were the people I thought I was closest to in class. When I look up, it pains me to see the wicked grins of these girls who I thought were my friends. Those are the only words I can squeeze from my throat before I run from that place. Okay, I hear the squeak of wheels. I distractedly think that something like this has happened before. Recalling my short-sightedness, I look up, and there in front of me is the short curly hair and big cat-like eyes.
その顔つきからするとうまくいってないようだな。八重垣さん。そんな神気臭い顔をして読んでいたら本がかわいそうだ。電気か。つまらない本がさらにつまらなくなるぞ。
She reaches out to take the biography from me and lays it in her own lap. Then she narrows her cat-like eyes and asks,
で、結局振られたってわけかい?
She asks about the state of progress with Mayuri as though it were a romance. And I let out a sigh.
振られたも何もまだ話してさえいないわ。ずっと無視されてるってこと？日常必要なことはお話しするけれど、悩んでいることを尋ねてはいないの。なるほど。
She puts both hands behind her head and looks me up and down, as if appraising my value. Unlike usual, she does not pounce in cat-like for a well-timed remark, and I'm confused about her uncharacteristic behavior.
いや、実はさ、あのお茶会での一件以来、ちょくちょく委員長、花火師が私の部屋に来るんだわ。リッカさんが？聞いていないわ。別に大したようじゃないんだ。自分が好きだっていう本だったり、お菓子を差し入れしたりさ。向こうは見舞いの気分なのかもな。別に病気じゃないっていうのにさ。リッカさんらしいわ。
Even though she has the most right to be angry, she looks out for Yaegaki and pays visits to her room. Just imagining it makes me smile.
ちゃんと授業に出ろだの。バレエの授業は面白いだの。いちいちうるさいんだこれが。
You should come to class. Ballet is fun. She's disabled. What?
だいたいバレエの授業に出たってしょうがないだろうって話だよな。
She slaps her thigh and I smile. It may seem self-deprecating, but this is just her way.
まああれだ。私はそうは思わないけど、一般的には花火師はいいやつだ。そうね。本当にそう。
She did say she wanted to get closer with me. Rika, who has not changed her rank since coming to the academy, is an amitié partner I can respect. For some reason, Yaegaki furrows her brows at my answer.
まあ、なんだ。私が思うにさ、そんなに悩むくらいなら、高坂と仲良くなる必要はないんじゃないかな。え？高坂とのことで悩んでるって話だけど、別に無視されるだのいじめられているって話じゃない。クラスメイトとしての対応はしているみたいだし、今のままでもいいんじゃないかってことだよ。そんな。
The sudden change in the conversation puts me at a loss for words. Yaegaki shifts her gaze toward the window and puts her chin in her hand.
アミティエは2人いるだろ？あんたので言えば、高坂真由里と花菱立花の両人だ。花菱は世話好きの善人だし、お前も尊敬しているって言っただろ？仲良くなるのは別に一人だけでいいんじゃねえの？
She says this without a change in her expression.
誰か一人でいいなんてこと考えたことがなかった。
I'd been trying to be friends with both amitié partners as a group. That was the whole point of it. But...
切り離すなんて考え方でいいの？
Yeah, I think that would only make things worse. If there's a weird vibe, you should just try to nip it in the bud. This will not go well. I don't know. Yeah. If I allow this, then it will surely lead to me making similar decisions on whether or not to keep the other connections I'll develop with people in the process of making friends from here on. Okay, that is a very mature and smart thought. Let's see where she takes it.
そう、佐々木さんたちのことだって。佐々木？ああ、あの誕生日会の主役か。
I'd just blurted it out. When I start to mumble, Yaegaki shows her mean cat-like smile as though she has guessed something.
なんだよ、そっちともトラブルか？トラブルというか、その別に人の面倒ごとに興味はないが、悩んでいるなら口に出せばいい。私は壁だと考えればいいさ。
I cock my head at the word wall.
無害な聞き相手だってことさ。クラスメイトに告げ口するにも相手がいないしね。
Yeah, just Rika who comes along and gives you books, cookies, and suggestions to join the ballet class.
壁に話しかけているつもりで言えばいい。秘密を打ち明けることで悩みが軽くなる場合もある。
At Yaegaki's suggestion, worrying about it all by myself was tough. With some hesitation, I start to speak. I mean, it's good, but eventually you have to also talk about it with the people actually involved.
なるほど。手紙ね。
When I tell Yaegaki about the letter and what happened in the chapel, she puts her hand to her chin, thinking hard. Seeing her like that makes my heart feel a little lighter.
壁だと思えって言っていたけど。
I'm happy she's helping me think of what to do.
相手の真意はわからないが、こいつはゲイリー・クーパーだな。
What? What reference is this?
真昼の決闘だよ。高坂の時とは話が違う。喧嘩を売っているのかそうでないのか、はっきりさせる必要がある。喧嘩って。
No, sorry. I recall the incident at my old school and how, although I was teased and treated as an outcast, I don't recall ever experiencing any physical violence. I blink uncomprehendingly.
別にこっちから売れって言ってるわけじゃない。はっきりさせるだけさ。相手がどう思っているのかなんて誰にもわからない。優しく振る舞っててもそれは相手を見下して優越感を得たいだけなのかもしれないし、ぶっきらぼうな態度だけど本当は仲良くしたいけどうまく態度として出せないだけの場合もある。何か覚えがあるみたいな話ぶりね。
It It's not the sort of thing you'd say otherwise. They're words spoken to encourage me to not assume the worst about the Sasakis. However, Yaegaki seems to get stuck on my words, and her eyes change from those of a crafty cat to those of a fragile girl.
覚えがあるってのはあんたの言う通りだ。内面や者、下面菩薩ってのはある話なんだ。私の場合は身内の話でね。うちは私を含めて3人姉妹で、上に2人姉がいるんだ。私は足がこれで末娘だから両親から甘やかされてね。真ん中の姉はそんな私を親に反発して、長女はまあ優しくしてくれたよ。
Her way of speaking is soft, but from the way she broached the topic.
でも実際に親身になっていたのは次女だったんだよな。私がこの学院に入学することになったのを喜んだのは長女で、悲しんでいたのは次女だった。夜2人が話しているのを偶然聞いたんだよ。ようやく面倒な妹のおもりが終わるって。ひどい。まあ仕方ないんじゃないかって思ったよ。私は自分でも分かってるけど、いい性格じゃないしね。そんな私の世話をするのは嫌だったろうさ。次女が親身になって私の身の振り方を話しているのを聞いた時には。
She swallows the following words and looks into the distance with hopeful eyes.
つまり態度や行動から本音なんてわからないってことだよ。
In a flash, her usual perverse cat-like expression is back and points a finger at me.
佐々木姉妹の本意がどこにあるのかはわからない。だから一度どう転がってもいいから話だけはした方がいいと思う。ま、高坂に関してはお好きにどうぞって感じだけどね。
The cat gives a smug smile, then lets out a deep breath.
話しすぎた。一月分は困らないな。ありがとう、大垣さん。妖精よ、親身になってじゃない。ただの暇つぶしの会話だ。そろそろ戻る。
She puts her hands to the wheels. I stand up to help, but she holds up a hand to stop me.
ま、考えすぎないことだ。あんたは思慮深さが長所だが欠点でもある。確かにベーブ・ルースはクソだが野球は素晴らしい。どんなに美徳とされていることでも欠点はある。逆もまたしかりだけどね。
With that, she pushes her wheelchair out of the library.
悩んでいるだけじゃダメ。一歩踏み出してみよう。
Very cool conversation. We got to learn a bit more about the Yaegaki as well. I like that. Yeah, very cool. I don't know what that step will be, but after hearing Yaegaki's words, I at least know I have to do something. Chidori. Yeah, very cool, very cool. Alright, so, full of confidence, she puffs out her small chest. Last time we did the spice and now we'll try the salt. Okay. I pick up the bottle of salt Ichigo has placed on my desk.
塩の方を使ってみようかな。負けた。でしょ？そっちの方が美味しそうだよね。
It's really only because I'm not a big fan of spicy food, but I smile non-committally, sprinkle a little salt on my hot dog and take a bite.
美味しい。
Adding a little salt enhances the flavor without overwhelming it. It's not bad.
ね、一味違うよね。私的にはご飯にかけて食べるのが一番おすすめかな。まあ、これは試行錯誤の上たどり着いた答えだけどね。塩ご飯って貧乏くさい。
Why? Hearing Ringo's words, I remember how sick I got of the bland food when I was in the hospital, and how I'd gotten hooked on putting soy sauce on my rice.
確かに貧乏くさいかも。でも選択肢がなかったし。
Alright. Just a sec. So she says it is a sad meal, but I didn't have much of a choice. Okay.
羨ましいんだね。七味派には真似できない芸当だものね。
Ichika puts on the older sister act and wags her finger. She's playing it up, but unexpectedly. I'm sorry, Bea. You know how it is. It seems Ringo really does feel bad about losing.
だったら一緒にリンゴさんの方もかけてみて。
Just when I've taken hold of Ringo's spice bottle.
なんだ、客がいるのかよ。
The doors open and I hear an irritated voice.
八重垣さん、今日は遅かったわね。
Okay. Skip, skip. Do you like picture books, Suo-chan? I don't really read them as much as the next person. Okay. Even if I think about it.
人並みには読む方かな。
I say, I don't have anything in particular against them, but I don't particularly like them either. It's an easy turn of phrase, but they're so-so.
そうか。私も絵が可愛いからそこはいいんだけど、勧められる絵本って大体意味がわからないやつだし、筋もすぐ読めちゃうし、あんまりなんだよね。勧められるって今も？絵本って子供の頃読み聞かされるものだろ？今は芸能人が描いた絵本とかいうのもあるし、プレゼントされるのはそういうやつなんだ。ああ。
Yaigaki narrows her eyes in understanding and mutters, I see. She probably looked at Ichigo and thought there was no point in continuing the conversation. Then, scratching her ear, she says,
図書室入る前に聞こえたけど、ギャーギャー騒いでただろう。
Okay, we can skip that. Right. The next day, Ringo, Ichigo and I asked around to find out why students were dropping out. Oh, okay, we're already on this mystery. That was the only new line, I guess. Skip. I've heard examples of people getting sick as soon as it's been pointed out to them, so maybe telling her wouldn't be the best idea. Ah, with the pickles. Maybe I'll keep my mouth shut. Okay. I glanced at the expiration date on the can and tried to decide whether or not to tell her. While I'm staring at the can in Yatsushiro's hand.
それ、昨日使ったやつですよ。同じメーカーのものを使ったの？そう。
She says this in such a nonchalant manner, and I immediately feel sick. The hot dog I ate yesterday, and Yaigaki ate it too.
じっと見て、そんなに食べたいのかい？それならそう
と
言ってくれれば。
Sorry, Bear.
あ、いえ、違うんです。その缶詰の表記が。
I hadn't meant to say anything, but the words just come out. Yatsushiro looks at the can questioningly and cocks her head, then looks back at me. Then she suddenly claps her hands together and doubles over in laughter.
いや、そうか。知らないと勘違いしてしまうな。このままだと2年前の缶詰を食べていたことになるからね。何？どうしたの？スオ君は僕が古い缶詰を食べたかと思って気をもんでいたのさ。この缶詰はアメリカから取り寄せていてね、日本と製造年月日の表記が違うのさ。日本だと年、月、日の順に記載されるが、アメリカでは月、日、年の順なんだ。そうなんですか。
I am relieved. She prods Ichigo next to me, who's nodding and looking impressed.
その調子じゃ缶詰表記を見ていなかったんだろう。食べ物を扱うときは慎重に振る舞うんだ。いいね。はい。
Have you got any idea what are we talking about? Ah, the ghost haunting. Okay, the ghost stories. The music is appropriate as well. So, have you got any idea? I'm not sure. I think back on the hints Yatsushiro has given. I go through the kinds of movies and novels I read up to now. Even though I was a shut-in, I am still a girl. I relish horror movies and strange novels.
もしかしたら、もしかしてウィジャボードだったり。
Ringo whispers hearing this. Yatsushiro breaks into a smile and says not too bad.
何ボードだって？ウィジャボードさ。いわゆる西洋のコックリさんのようなものだね。死後の霊魂と会話をするための道具。ウィジャボードを使い、降霊術を行う。確かにミッションスクール的な七不思議だ。合格点をあげよう。すごいじゃん。よく知ってたね。乙女の常識。
She puffs out her chest and Ichigo ruffles her sister's hair. Ringo accepts it without getting annoyed, clearly pleased that she'd got it right.
いや、でも合格点だという言い回しだし。八代先輩の話し方ですと、本当の正解は他にあるんですよね。え？ああ、合格点ではあるが正解ではない。まあ、いい線をついていたので教えることにしよう。僕とネリーが調べた結果、7名が行っていた儀式は血まみれメアリーの儀式だったのさ。
She puts her hands on the table, leans forward. Okay, we can skip from now. Okay, great. What happens here? I can't open this. Ah, the ritual. Okay. Convince the two of them. Rika, who doesn't like scary stories, and Komikado, the vice president of the Council of Nicaea. Based on their positions, I look for the right words I can use to extract information.
そうだわ。どちらも聖書の授業を熱心に受けている。ですよね。ならこの話はここでおしまいということに。大丈夫よ、リッカさん。何が？これはお話でしょ。女生徒が集まって怖い話をするのなんてよくあること。何もおかしな話じゃないわ。でも聖堂で不謹慎じゃないかしら。不謹慎なんかじゃないわ。キリスト教の教義で言えば幽霊は存在しない。作り物としての話を楽しむだけなんだから。そうですよね、コミカド先輩。そうね。私もこの手の話は好きだけど、お話としてだけよ。スオさんもおっしゃっていたけど、カトリックでは幽霊はいないとされているの。死者の魂は天国か地獄か煉獄に移るのだから。煉獄？煉獄は贖罪の場で苦しみを受けながら浄化され、最後の審判を待つとされる場所のことよ。天国の霊魂は至福の状態でこの世に出てくる必要はないし、地獄の霊魂は永遠の責め苦を受け、だから幽霊が現れる道理はないのよ。
Mairi and the Sasakis not convinced. However,
そうね。お話としてだけなら。
Rika nods begrudgingly, making a face like she had just bitten into a lemon. I apologize in my head as I turn to Komikado to ask about the details of the ritual. Komikado shakes her golden hair and closes her celadon eyes as though searching her memories. Okay, wait, we can skip this now. Okay. What do you think? We decline, straight up. At her request, I instinctively turn my eyes to the piano. I see the back of my stepmother sitting at the piano.
スオさん、顔色が。ごめんなさい。以前も気分を悪くしていたわね。長く話しすぎたかしら。座ってちょうだい。
She lends me a hand and leads me to a bench in the cathedral where I sit to calm down. I try not to look at the piano.
少し休んだら保健室に行こうか。肩を貸すよ。
それなら私の肩を貸すよ。私はどこを貸せば。
I smile a bit at the twins' banter.
い
I unwittingly glance at the piano, but the shadow of my stepmother is gone.
すみません、コミカド先輩。お話を聞きに来て面倒をおかけして。いいの。ゆっくり休んで。
While she smiles gently at me, I consider how these visions of my stepmother may be akin to the apparitions seen during the Bloody Mary ritual. Okay. Advise them to go back now. Oh, wait, who was speaking? Ringo and Ichigo, right? Okay, yeah.
こんなところを見られたとしたら、リッカさんがカンカンに怒るわ。
When I think about the gossipy twins knowing Rika has us undress her, that alone makes me break out in a nervous sweat.
早く行って。
A gesture subtly behind my back. I gesture subtly behind my back so that the others won't notice. For them to leave, but the twins must not understand as they stay where they are.
スオさんも早く着替えないと。私たちのせいで遅れたら本末転倒だよ。
ええ、そうね。
Even as I talk, I still gesture behind my back for the twins to leave.
ねえ、スオさん。
何？
一つ質問があるんだけど。
何かな？
手首を払う仕草をしているけど、どうしたの？さっき変な声を上げていたし、手首を痛めたとか？
違うの。これは。
I rack my brain for a moment.
卓球よ。佐々木さんたちと今度やろうって話になっていたから。
そう。でもベストキットじゃないんだから、その繰り返しはあんまりトレーニングにならないと思うよ。
I'm happy she referenced the movie I love, but
早く戻って。
right now I'm more concerned about the Sasakis peering through the gap in the door.
そういえば、スオさんは映画をたくさん見ているみたいだけど、アクションものは好きなのかな？私はそっちの方が多くてね。
私も好きよ。アクションものなら香港映画とかいいわよね。
What a great conversation to have while Rika is like halfway there. Or maybe not even half.
話が合うね。女子であんまりアクションものが好きな子がいなかったから寂しかったんだよ。今度映画でも一緒に見ない？
Together with Mighty. Her invitation is like a dream come true and I'm at a loss for words. But my silence proves to be my downfall.
そうさんと一緒。
Although still sleepy-eyed, Rika is finally awake. She looks at me and then...
佐々木さん？
The screaming goes on for a while. After, we make excuses to the classmates who've gathered to find out what all the commotion is about and send them on their way. I'm not sure what kind of conversation they had, although I can imagine, but Rika will now be joining the ritual tonight. I wonder if there's gonna be something different about what they see or something. Say that it's a pain in the neck to have to go. Okay.
今すごく友人同士の会話って感じがするけど、どう返そう。
I choose my words to try and imitate, what my classmates might say.
そう？こんな夜遅くに付き合わされて迷惑だと思っていたわ。
スオさんは嫌だった？
I am a little shaken at this response, which I had not expected.
それは別に嫌いじゃないわ。ただ、まゆりさんは子供っぽいと思っているんじゃないかって。
そんなことはないよ。怪談話が好きなのは全女子共通だろ。まあ一部。ダメな子もいるけど。
Rather than smirking, she looks at Rika with the affection one might have for a scared child. I gaze at her.
今夜は夢だった旧友とのイベントをこなすわ。
I resolve to myself to try to do more things I've seen and admired in movies and books, such as going to the bathroom with friends, talking about romance, sharing ghost stories, and shopping.
何してるの？早く。
Ichigo pops her head around the hallway corner, beckoning to us, and my breathing speeds up as I step forward. Oh, definitely not. I had not prepared for that at all. I don't even know how much more of this we have. Are we gonna be able to fit it in?
そうか。本当に見えるのか。
Mairi seems to be thinking of something as she puts her chin in her hand and looks down like she's peering into the past.
そんな嘘よね。シルエットが見えるなんて。
私的に嘘はついていない。これで怪異はあると証明された。
We're good? Okay. I think it's alright because then we would have started just a little bit of it and then I would have gone on vacation for 2 weeks. So if we manage to finish this one today and then we start fresh when I'm back, then it's perfect. So Ringo declares proudly and Rika takes Ichigo's hand, her expression bitter.
風の音や物音から人の声に聞こえることもある。だからそれはいい。でも死神の姿なんて。
She shudders at her own words.
ねえ、まゆりさんもそう思うでしょ？
私としては声よりも新しい人物が見えたという方がうなずけるね。コミカド先輩も言っていただろ？表情が違うや抱かれているキリストが変わっている事例もあったって。むしろ声の方がないような気がするけどね。
それは私がみんなを騙そうとしてるってこと？
いや、そういうわけじゃないが。
スオーさんはどう思っているの？意見を聞かせて。
私は
Everyone's attention is on me as they await my words. Rika is looking at me imploringly, while Mayuri's expression is somewhat awkward.
私としてもまゆりさんの意見に賛成だわ。コミカド先輩も声には言及していなかった。だから
もういいわ。
For a moment, Rika looks as though she's about to cry. Then she takes hold of Ichigo's hand.
私は先に帰る。みんなも早く戻りなさい。
She says as she leads Ichigo by the hand and hurriedly disappears down the stairs. Do appearances really change this much under the veil of night? This place I am so familiar with, the library, seems even more imposing, illuminated only in the light of the flashlight I am holding. It's dark, and I cannot see well, and perhaps that is why the scent of old books seems stronger than usual. I expected this place to feel familiar, yet it feels overwhelmingly remote.
そう落ち込むことはないよ。リッカもそんなに怒っていないと思うよ。
ええ、そうね。
Mairi says, perhaps confusing the fact that I am overwhelmed by the changed appearance of the library with being depressed.
確かに立ち去ってしまったけれど。
As Mairi says, the reason Rika left was out of fear, not anger. I should probably apologize tomorrow.
お腹が空いたね。これなら料理部に行った方が良かったかな。
That's what that sound effect was supposed to. I don't know why, I found it very funny. My cheeks flush red at my inability to hide my hunger.
料理部は鍵がかかっているから無理だと思う。
そうか。素直に寮に戻ってもいいけど、さすがにすぐに戻ったら気まずいと思ってここに来たのはいいけど。
I shine my flashlight around the library.
手持ち無沙汰になるな。空腹を抱えて読書ってわけにもいかないしね。
それならいいものがある。
When I peek out between my fingers, which had been on my face trying to control my blushing, I see Ringo approaching the desk. She shuffles things around on the workshelf, seemingly searching for something. Then...
虎の子のお菓子、みんなで食べよう。
She has the secret stash of sweets in the library. Okay. She comes back to us with an armful of colorful snacks.
I'm
sorry, Bear.
これでひもじい思いをしなくて済む。
それってどこに？作業棚の奥。
But I'd only ever seen books there.
お菓子を奥にダミーとして本を手前に置いておいたの。すごいでしょ。
I consider giving her a warning, but seeing her puff out her chest with pride, the desire quickly fades.
いただきましょうか。
I give in to the urge in my stomach. As we're digging into the sweets Ringo has brought over to the desk.
もしかして夢だった買い食いは果たしたんじゃないかしら。
Strictly speaking, we didn't buy them together. Even so, having a midnight snack together like this, it has a very intimate atmosphere.
なら、あとは一緒にトイレ、恋バナ、怪談話だわ。
少し落ち着いたね。
お菓子は偉大。気持ちが豊かになる。
それには同感だね。さて、これからどうしようか。少し時間を潰そうと思っていたけど。
She leans back in her chair and looks around the darkened library.
場所が場所だけに読書も悪くないけど、さすがにこの暗闇の中、本なんて読んでたら気がめ。
Seeing how bored Mary seems, I think that this could be my chance. I need to choose between going to the bathroom together, talking about romance, or sharing scary stories.
トイレはここからだとだいぶ遠いし、恋愛話をする雰囲気じゃないわ。なら、
何か思いついたの？
ね、せっかくだから怖い話をするってどうかしら。
Mary stiffens at my words, and Ringo looks at me as though she's trying to decipher my true intentions.
おかしなことを言ったかしら。
いや、大人なスオさんが怪談話を提案してくるとは思ってなかったんで、驚いただけさ。確かに、さっきまで肝試しみたいな真似をしていたんだし。
私としてはむしろ望むところ。
だってそれじゃあ雰囲気もぴったりだし、怖い話でもしてみようか。
やった
わ。 Okay. When I asked, I'd been prepared for them to say no, but the two go along with it more readily than I had expected. It's just like a dream for me, like a scene out of a movie or a novel, to share scary stories with classmates. I lean in forward with excitement.
ずいぶん乗り気だね。それじゃあ、まずは誰が話す？
いっぱいお話を知っているスオちゃんは後に残すとして。
私とリンゴさんか。それじゃあまずは私が話すよ。本当にあった話だけど、これは怖いというより不思議な話だし。
Huh? Is she going to tell a story about something that actually happened to her? I look at Mary questioningly as she puts her elbows on the table, then rubs her chin, and starts off by saying that this is a story from when she was a child.
合唱部では経験がないって言ったけど、実は子供の頃一度だけ合唱コンクールに出たことがあるんだ。一度だけだし、それきりだったから経験者ですって胸を張れなかったから、
そうだったの。
うん。それで当時あまり歌に自信がなかった私は、学校だけでなく家に帰ってからも練習していた。でも弟や母に聞かれるのが恥ずかしくて、近くにあった公園に行って練習していたんだ。
公園で歌う方が恥ずかしくない？
私が練習していたのはビルとビルの間にポツンとあるような公園でね。いつ行っても一っ子一人いなかったよ。砂場とジャングルジム、それと長椅子くらいしか置いてない小さな公園なんだ。
She gives a single nod to Ringo, who is nodding with understanding, then continues on.
学校の練習が終わると家に荷物を置いて公園に行き、課題曲の練習をしていた。何度目だったかな。課題曲の青葉の歌を歌っていると、 何か違和感を覚えた。それは小さな声で誰かが喋っているような、歌っているような声だったんだ。声を頼りに探してみると、ジャングルジムの方に私と同じくらいの背丈の子供がいたんだよ。
I don't need the creepy imagery. Why are we seeing this?
恥ずかしさはあったけど、私が辞めてもその子供が歌っているのを聞いて、あ、私と同じで練習しているんだと、それで気にせずに練習を続け、夕方になって帰ったよ。
その子には声をかけなかったの？
なんだか気恥ずかしくてね。その後も練習に行くとその子はいた。私も歌い、その子も歌う。それを幾度か繰り返していくうちに、
おかしなことに気がついた？
いや違う。連帯感が芽生えたのさ。互いの名前も知らないけど、ずっと練習を共にしてきた間だからね。それである日、
She gulps. The sound of it echoes throughout the silent library.
ついにコンクール前日となった日、声をかけてみようと思った。今日話しかけなければその子もここに来なくなるかもと思ったしね。だから私は公園に行き、その子がジャングルジムにいるのを見つけると、心が決まるまではと課題曲を歌ったよ。ジャングルジムの向こうから聞こえるのはいつもの声。いや、いつもより澄んだ旋律だった。
I'm so creeped out. Where is this going?
なぜだか夢中になって歌ってね。気づけば夕日が差していた。公園の中をきれいな茜色に染め上げていたんだ。暗くなってしまう前に帰らなくてはならない。だから意を決してその子に話しかけた。君はどこの学校なの？私はもう帰るけど一緒に帰らないかってね。
それで？
返事はなかった。投げかけた言葉がまるで届いてないみたいに、夕暮れの中、その子はジャングルジムに寄り添うように立っていたよ。
I really am getting the creeps. Why is this getting to me? I don't know.
私はもう一度声をかけた。でも返事がない。おかしいなと思ってその子の元へ歩んでいった。夕日の逆光で影になってはいるけど、確かに私へとまっすぐ見つめているようだった。そこでようやくおかしなことに気がついた。その子のシルエットが妙なことにね。
それって頭がないとか手が不自然に長いとか？
いや、そうじゃない。あまりに人間のままのシルエットだったんだ。普通服を着ていたら袖の部分や襟なんかで影は像を作るだろう。それがなかった。妙だと感じているのに、私の足は意志を離れたように踏み出し、それはマネキンだったよ。裸のままの
Shut
古
up.
くなってあちこち壊れたマ
Why
ネ
is
キン
this
だっ
so
た。
creepy?
目は作り物特有の反射をして、関節は金属部品で留められている不格好なマネキンだった。私は悲鳴を上げた。そして悲鳴を上げたことで我に返ることができたのか、足が自由になった。
She lets out a long breath. Ringo and I await her next words, keeping our silence.
話はこれでおしまい。
それからそのマネキンが追ってきたとか、夜寝ていたら足元に忍び寄っていたとか。
Please, Ringo, stop. I need to sleep well tonight. No.
それじゃあ怖い話だろ。私は話す前に不思議な話だって言ったじゃないか。結局あのマネキンが歌っていたのかどうかわからない。もしかしたらビル風が反響して人の声に似せていただけなのかもしれないしね。
でもまゆりさんはマネキンが歌っていたと思っているのね。
うん。姿を見た時は恐ろしくて逃げ出したけど、今思い出すと なぜだか忘れちゃいけないと思える懐かしさがこみ上げてくる。
Do I have a mannequin at home?
おかしな
No,
話
not
だけど
really.
ね。
Mary looks somehow lonesome as she finishes her story, as though she'd abandoned a dear friend.
それじゃあ次は私の番だね。
期待しているよ。
私の話も実体験だからそれほど強烈じゃないかも。だけど間違いなくあれは幽霊だけどね。
I'm gonna dream things tonight, aren't I? Having declared this, Ringo slowly looks between me and Mary, puts her hands together as if to pray, and starts talking.
この話は実は少し前のことなのです。この学院に入学する前の休みの間のこと。基本的に一人でいるのが好きな私だけど、それでも何人か一緒に遊ぶ友達がいた。そしてこの学院に入るまでの間、最後の思い出作りに
Making memories.
いろいろな場所に行ったし、経験をした。そして入学の日が近づいた折、友達の一人が最後に学校に忍び込んでみないかと言った。似たタイプと言ったから察したと思うけど、そう、夜の学校に忍び込んでみないかという話だったのですよ。
まるで今日の私たちみたいだね。
オカルトに興味のある子も多かったから一も二もなく賛成して、その日の夜学校に忍び込んだ。そして出ると言われていた女子トイレや体育館倉庫、理科準備室を回った。でも何の怪奇現象も起こらなかった。
そいつは拍子抜けだ。
私たちも飽きて別の遊びをすることにした。
What a terrible idea.
夜、そして私が鬼になって一人二人と見つけていった。
She looks down and sighs as though remembering something terrible.
さすがに夜の学校に真剣に隠れると見つからなそうな気がしていたのか、近くに隠れていたからすぐに見つけることができた。
I bet someone was the exception to that.
3人4人と最後の一人を見つけようと友人みんなで歩き出した時、その中の一人があれ、みんなが声を上げた子を見ると真っ青な顔をして、もういいんじゃないかって私たちはその友人が怖くなって探すのをやめようと言っているんだと思って、探してあげなくちゃずっと学校にとどまったままだって。
道理だな。
そうしたら違うって言うんだ。その子は歯をカタカタ言わせて、もう全員いるじゃないかって。私たちは一瞬何を言っているかわからなかった。でもハッとした。確かにかくれんぼをした友人はみんな見つけ終わっている。私を含めて5人。じゃあ今私たちは誰を探しているのって そのことに全員気づいたんだろうね。みんな青い顔をしていたよ。最初に気づいた子は震えてもう動けないくらいだった。私は急いでその子の腕を掴んで学校を出ようとした。私たちの先、廊下の奥、曲がり角の先からはっきりと声が聞こえたんだ。
I don't know why these are getting to me. I don't know why.
ねえ、早く見つけてよ。
Oh god.
恐怖の限界を迎えた私たちは一目散に逃げ出した。転びながら這うようにしてね。
追っては来なかったのかい？
追ってこられたら多分捕まっていただろうと思う。それほど足元はおぼつかなかった。でもおそらくだけど彼女は初めから追ってこようとは思っていなかったと思う。
ゲームをしていたからね。
そう、彼女はかくれんぼをしていたんだ。私が見つけるまではきっと今もあの学校に潜んでいるんじゃないかな。
Okay, the end. Let's move on. Like, completely on. I don't want another story. Please, please, let that be it. This is probably the end of her story, as she gives an out-of-place grin that said so.
私の話はこれで終わり。
Oh no.
次は鳥のスオちゃんだよ。
Ringo passes off to me. I'm so happy that my dream of sharing stories has come true that I can't help but smile.
なんだかすごい体験談を持っていそうだね。
I look between the two of them, trembling with trepidation, and begin telling them a scary and mysterious tale about a hospital I'd heard of from my grandfather. Okay, we skip it. Please, please tell me we skip it. Yes. Yes, okay, we're done. We're done. Alright. Yeah. So we're on the case of the vanishing Ichigo. Alright, alright. What kind of case is this? She vanishes and is hiding. If I'm sure, then we can skip this. Something wasn't right about the room. It's the soda water she's been drinking just before. Okay. Another thing was off, the closed curtains. Okay. The name is Ichigo. There we go.
そろそろ終わりにしましょう。いちご。
It's been 2 weeks since the Bloody Mary incident. We're done. A scary story to share? Not really. I did scare myself. But it's just since you asked about the mannequin, this came into my mind because it's kind of like the closest thing. I have this dress form on which I put the clothes that I made for cosplay, but it's not a mannequin per se because it doesn't have arms and legs, it just has the torso. And when I first got one of these, it was a different one that I had in France when I was still there. And I had never had one before, and at some point when I was coming back from the lab where I was working during the day, I came back. It was just me coming back at home. There was no one else there. And when I opened the door, I saw the dress form, and it was the very first time that I had come back to it, and I wasn't used to it being there. So because it had like more or less of a humanly shaped, when I opened the door, I kind of like spooked myself. I was like, whoa! And then I was like, okay, no, it's the dress form, it's fine. Yeah, that was the only thing that I could think of. But it's not like a scary story, it's just, I don't know, my stupid brain just hadn't gotten used to the idea that the thing existed in my room, and it was one of the very first things that I saw when I opened the door. Yeah, it's stupid. But otherwise, I personally don't really have scary stories. I don't think so. Although I've listened to other people having scary stories, and it creeped me out just the same. Just the same. Yeah. Okay. Will you be playing the part? Okay. What is the Council of Nicaea going to do? There we go. Since we're talking about it. Yeah, pretty much I'm the same, Chidarin. I ask. Yatsushiro bats her long lashes and smiles pleasantly.
ニカイアの会は全体の運営だよ。聖母役を選んだり、出汁を用意したり、各クラスの指導とかね。しかし
何がそんなにおかしいんですか？
いや何実は以前ニカイアの会でも何か出し物をやろうと提案したことがあるんだ。演劇とかね。まあバッサリ却下されたが、何かやればいいとの意見が僕と似ていたので少し面白く感じたのさ。
I feel a mixture of joy and a slight hint of unease at being the same as Yatsushiro.
さて、説明はこれまでにして、料理部での出し物を決めてしまおうか。
Okay, we can skip that. They're trying to decide what to do for the feast stuff. Decide by authority as class president. Let's see Rika taking authority. I tried to put Rika's troubled mind at ease.
こうなったら委員長権限で自分の好きなものにするってどうかしら。
I say.
それはどうだろう。前も言ったけど全寮制の女の園だからね。あまり強権を振るったら面倒なことになるんじゃないかな。
私もできるならみんなで決めたいと思うわ。
She says gloomily, and I wave my hands defensively.
冗談よ。あまり悩んでいるようだからふざけてみるの。ごめんなさい。
スオさんがふざけて？
そうなの。大人なスオさんが冗談なんて言うはずがないって思っていたから真に受けてしまって。
Okay, I'm glad it was a joke.
ごめんなさいね。
Because as a choice, it was like really bad.
いえ、つまらないことを言って。
私を気遣って冗談を言ってくれたのだものね。でも委員長の権限をって言っていたから、私ってそんなに堅物で横暴な振る舞いをしているのかなって不安になっちゃった。
She says jokingly, and I don't know how to respond.
まあ、堅物の委員長ってところは正解だけどね。
Mighty grins. Rika says, "Come on," and slaps her shoulder, although she doesn't seem mad.
リカさんのために考えないと。
I rack my brain for a good way to decide what to do as a class for the feast.
何か。
I remember what Mairi said about the art club, then proposed an idea to Rika.
こういうのはどうかしら。まずは食べ物系をやるのか演目系をやるのかみんなに聞いてみるの。
どういうこと？
食べ物系をするということになったら申請して許可をもらうための時間があるでしょ。まずはどちらかを決めてから挙手で決めていけばいいと思うの。
なるほど。初めに演目かそうでないかを決めるのね。それはいいわね。
私もいい案だと思う。それじゃあ早く着替えてみんなに放課後集まるように言おう。部活動のこともあるし先に言っておかなくちゃね。
Okay.
はい、それでは
I'll help if I have time.
手が空いた人が手伝ってくれるとはいいね。
Rika is the heart of this project, but with the amount of work that needs to be done, we won't be able to meet the deadline unless she delegates properly. However...
それなんだけど。
そうよね。スオさんは料理部に入っているのだし、そちらが忙しいのよね。
違うの。そうじゃなくて、お手伝いはするわ。でも、合間を縫ってということになってしまいそうだから、あまり大手を振って手伝うとは言えなくて。
I say apologetically, and Rika's cheeks flush pink as she squeezes my hand.
いえ、いいの。その心遣いだけで嬉しいわ。それに、少しでも手伝ってもらえるなら心強いわ。
She beams widely and squeezes my hand fervently, and I find myself smiling too. Okay, what was happening here? I take it you won't be helping us. I barely hear the end of her sentence. Yeah, okay, so Rika's being a little bit mean. Because preparations and stress and stuff. Okay, stop Mighty this time. This is foolish, I think. I learned how to tell when someone's fuse is about to be lit through my interactions with my stepmother. So...
この話はやめない？
I step in to mediate.
ちょっと待って。今の止め方、もしかして私が怒っているって思ってる？それは勘違いだよ。ただ、何か行き違いがあると嫌だから、話してほしいと言っているんだ。
でも。
何？
誰でも話したくないことだってあるし、口に出したら終わりだってこともある。
それは。
It is the same thing as she said to me before. You don't have to say anything. Reminded of the words she'd said herself, she scratches the tip of her nose awkwardly.
ああ、そうだね。何も白黒はっきりすることだけが全てじゃない。
I'm relieved to hear this. Then, feeling eyes on me, I turn to look in their direction. Rika is looking at me speechlessly, as though she's holding back the words she wants to say.
何を？
I address Rika, who looks tense.
私も手伝えるところは手伝うし。
Alright. You're being too harsh, Mary? Oh man, the flower is really like shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. It can go on like this, I think.
まゆりさん、言い過ぎよ。
I say, she looks at me with discontent, but...
確かに、少し言葉が過ぎた。それは謝るよ。でもさっき言った言葉に嘘はない。強い言葉だし態度だったのは確かだ。お互い謝って済ませるのが一番だ。
私は。
リカさん。
私はいいわ。スオさんは私を支持してくれているもの。それでいい。
Alright. I feel my heart stop as she asks for the impossible. Ask her if there's anyone else who can do it. Two sets of eyes gaze at me, one curious, the other appealing.
それっておかしいですよね。
I say to try and get out of it.
何がおかしいのかしら？合唱部にも当然伴奏者はおられるの。その人を差し置いて私が聖母祭という晴れの場に出ていくなんておかしいと思います。
Komikado furrows her brows and speaks as though suppressing her hurt.
スオさんの言う通り伴奏者はいるわ。今度の聖母祭もその方に頼もうと思っていたの。
She squeezes her hand into a fist as she speaks.
昨日の練習中に指を怪我してしまって、きちんと治るのには2週間ほどかかるというの。だから頼めるのはスオさんしかいなくて。そう だったんですか。
Certainly.
どうかしらスオさん。5章だと思って。
Certainly, that's reason to agree to do it. Komikado is always so kind and helpful toward me, so I want to agree to do it, but... just imagining myself playing the piano brings hateful images to my mind.
どうかしら。
She asks tensely, and I...
どうも顔色が悪いみたいだ。返答はしたってことでいいんじゃないか。
そうね。
Netina's expression is restless. I smile at Yaegaki's uncharacteristic thoughtfulness and say,
寮に帰ってから一晩考えてみます。
That's the answer I give for now. Alright. They've made these caps that are supposed to stay on the bottle so that you always throw the bottle away with the caps. But I struggle so hard to close them. Sorry about that. Alright. If you have a hard time refusing, you could have me tell her. What will you do? I'll ask you then. Oof. We're delegating. There's no doubt about it.
直接断るのは勇気がいるわ。
It would be hard to tell her no when faced with those imploring eyes, but...
相手は上級生で二階屋の会の副会長だ。尻込みしても仕方ないさ。僕を頼ってくれてもいい。
でも
何？スオ君には料理部で世話になっているからね。たまには弟子を顎で使ってやろうと思うけど構わないよ。
It's a big statement there.
その時はお願いします。
ああ、任された。
She spins around and disappears like a whirlwind just as she'd arrived. What's happening here? Okay, they're talking about the accompaniment still. What should I do? I guess I have to do it. The shadow of my stepmother crosses my mind, but...
私やるわ。せっかく指名されたのですもの。受けないなんて失礼よね。
やってくれるの？嬉しいわ。
She wraps a warm hand around mine, and I think that this is fine. Although I was told I didn't have to do it if I didn't want to.
二人を仲良くさせたいと思うのも偽らざる気持ちだわ。
I tell myself that, averting my gaze from my stepmother's eyes as she stares at me from behind Rika. Oh, sorry. I tell myself that, okay, I seem to have skipped something. I didn't think you would come with me, her whispered words echo through the empty classroom. In the silent room, her words, Mairi's words, seem unnaturally loud, and I look up from inspecting her ankle.
スオさんは立派派だと思っていた。
はなんて寂しい言葉を使わないで。
そうだね。ごめん。
An intimate silence once again falls over the room.
なんだか変な気分だわ。
It's late at night, and as I feel her ankle to check if there is a sprain, I recall the memories of how I took care of her before.
あれは
I will be playing accompaniment to the choir, and so I have been practicing the songs in the cathedral. The Virgin Mary will sing along with the song, which praises Mary herself. On the first day, I reviewed the songs I would perform. On the second day, I practiced until I could perform them at the level of the person who was originally supposed to play. There had been some resistance from the choir club about me playing instead of the injured Hokama, but with the help of Hokama herself, although with Komikado and Rika putting in a good word for me, Sorry, along with, my bad. Along with them putting in a good word for me, everyone had come around to the idea. Everyone had accepted me, but it really is painful for me to play the piano. The shadow of my stepmother appears the moment I lose concentration. I throw myself into the music to avoid feeling her dark presence, which is why I am able to learn the songs so quickly. And there is a reason why her shadow has failed to appear even though I'm playing piano. That reason is teaching Rika Hanabishi the piano. A total beginner, Rika begged me to teach her, and so I am, but when I am teaching, even when I am not concentrating, the shadow of my stepmother does not appear, and neither does the debilitating nausea. A change of heart as the student becomes the teacher. Perhaps Rika's excessive touching has kept me from sinking into the dark depths of my mind. As she was leaning in closer than necessary while I instructed her. Mary came by to watch. Seeing us touching excessively, she swallowed whatever she was about to say and turned on her heel. I chased after her.
もう平気だよ。スオさん、痛い箇所はないみたいだ。
そう、よかったわ。
Relieved, I take my hand away. The time when she sprained her ankle at orienteering feels like the distant past.
頼まれたとはいえ、受けておいてやっぱり無理だとは言いたくないからね。
でも意外だわ。まゆりさんがバレエの発表会に出るなんて。
ダリア先生たっての希望じゃやむなしだよ。部に参加していない人から選ぶつもりだったらしいけど。
So, Mayuri this time has a ballet performance?
うちの聖書の展示が割と手間がかかるだろ。だから部に参加していても手持ち無沙汰な生徒を選んだらしい。
She spreads her arms in an exaggerated gesture as though to say it's out of her hands.
それにしても私に頼むなんてよっぽど人が足りなかったんだね。補習組だって分かっていたはずなのに。
She's not in the art club in this route? Or did I miss something?
私もだわ。
We both laugh. The silence that falls over the room is a warm one.
何日も前から練習していたの？
いや、スオさんが合唱部の練習に行き出したくらいからさ。放課後クラスの出し物を少し手伝った後、レッスン室で稽古。私は覚えが悪いから終わった後も自主的に練習していたんだよ。
When she says that, I recall that there have been evenings where she hasn't been in the dorm room. I thought it was because even though she and Rika had made up, it was still awkward for them to be in the same room.
遅くまで練習しているなんて立派だわ。
自分が恥をかきたくないからだよ。一人だけずれてたら目も当てられない。
She bends down to rub her foot.
練習していて怪我でもしてたら笑い話にもならない。スオさんが来てくれてよかった。
I shake my head at her uncharacteristically cheerful smile.
没頭しすぎて足元に汗だまりがあるのに気づかなかった。足を滑らした時に支えてくれなかったらと思うとゾッとしないね。
でも結局倒れてしまったし。
私はスオさんの上にさ。スオさんには悪いけど上等なマットレスだったよ。
Okay, I wonder how that must feel to be told that you make a good mattress for someone. Hey, I say, pretending to get mad, and we have a laugh. I know because I have been by her side, watching her smile. I can tell that she's forcing herself to smile and laugh it off.
どうしたの？神妙な顔をして。
無理に笑わなくたっていいのよ。
That's a way of calling someone soft. Oh.
いつものまゆりさんが好きなんだから。
そうか。好きか。参ったな。
These words would normally make me blush, but the two of us alone in this intimate atmosphere gave me the courage to say it. Maddie smiles like a spring day, the smile I long for.
ありがとう。
She says, Ah, why?
スオさんに好きって言ってもらえて。
Why am I so happy to see her smiling?
救われた気持ちになったよ。
It is for her sake. If it is for her sake, there is nothing I wouldn't do. This feeling.
ねえ、スオさん。
The intonation of her voice has changed, bringing me back to myself. Her voice is faint, but conducts well, like it's coming through a wire. I notice she seems to have decided something. Yes, I say, short but clear.
さっき立花花のか尋ねただろ。あれ本当にごめん。アミティエ同士仲違いしてほしいわけじゃなくて、私の方についてほしいってことでもないんだ。正直スオさんが合唱部の伴奏者を受けてくれると言ってほっとしたんだ。これで立花の機嫌が治るってね。ピアノの演奏に何か嫌な思い出を抱えているスオさんには悪いとは思っている。私はね、私のうちは10歳の時に父母が離婚をしてね、私が父方、弟が母方に引き取られたんだ。父は忙しい人だったから、私はほとんど家に出入りしていたお手伝いさんに育てられ、今思えば私は嫌な子供だった。それでも仕事を超えて随分と優しく厳しくしつけてもらったよ。
I gaze at her in silence. I want to know what it is that's brought this light to her eyes.
立花はね、私が好きな憧れている彼女に似ていたんだ。容姿もそうだけど雰囲気というのかな。だから立花に嫌われた時結構答えた。
The smile I hoped for. I get to see it again. However,
ごめん、話そうとしたけどまとまらないや。
while her smile is the one I long to
こ
see,
の笑顔が私に向けられることはない。
そうだ、明日は聖母役の発表だそうだね。立花の聖母役楽しみだな。
there's a pain in my heart as I respond with a vague agreement.
正直
Alright. So we're already here? Okay. Don't reply. I look at Rika chatting away pleasantly. I cannot answer. I can neither confirm nor deny.
ま、その態度で大体わかったよ。
She takes a sip of her tea and mutters that it's gone cold.
で、この茶番にいつまで付き合うつもりなんだ。
So it's still a farce. Okay.
茶番って、お前は人がいいし、告白されたら断れない優柔不断なやつっぽいが、気のない相手に愛想のいい返事をしたら傷つけてしまうくらいの頭は回るやつだろ。自分だけじゃなくあいつの傷口まで広げてるんだぞ。それは
I know, I nearly say, but there's a part of me that doesn't, so all I can do is shut my mouth. A loud cheer goes up as Rika walks towards me.
自分のまいた種だ。うまくやれよ。
She says, okay. Okay, so this time we give each other nicknames. Fine. Rika's request.
そんなこと
It feels anticlimactic. I thought she would ask for something more physical, like for me to hug her in front of everyone.
スオさんどうかしら。あ、それって親しみを込めてあだ名をつけるってこと？
It seems I am wrong. She seems surprised at my proposal as she cocks her head and says the nicknames aren't a bad idea, but
さん付けをやめて呼び捨てで呼んでほしいの。
she says,
呼び捨てダメかしら。
She's looking up at me. Normally I would feel some resistance to dropping the sun, but
麻痺しているみたい。
nonchalantly,
リッカ。
I call her by her name. Her entire face and neck flush as she nods vigorously, and I can't help but find her genuinely adorable. Then a wave of bashfulness sweeps over me. Yeah, it was. I was actually curious if they would give each other some nicknames if I picked that, but yeah. Although, I don't know, so far it feels like it's working weird, even in this route, between the two of them. Anyway. I feel my cheeks burning as red as Rika's as she turns to me and looks straight into my eyes. It's the first time she's called me by my name alone. I answer, and for just a moment I don't have a care in the world as I respond joyfully to hearing my name said by a friend. A friend. Not the person I'm going out with. Okay, during self-study time. Okay, I can still skip? What's happening? I get lost in the play part, so I'm not great at them. Hey, Sochan, what sports have you done? Okay, we say jogging this time. Ichigo drags me into the conversation. What have I done, I wonder? I haven't really done any sports either, except for... Jogging with your grandfather. How cool is that? A jogging grandfather. The twins put their chins in their hands and nod. I look to Rika. I imagine myself wearing the skimpy track and field clothes, then shake my head vigorously. She shakes her head exaggeratedly. Okay, we can skip that. It should be fine to ask. We can call her over for a bit. About Mairi, right? When asked this... Yeah, I don't know. The twins have their own like, kinda, I guess, preferences and interests, and when it doesn't interest them, they're kinda like, I don't know, a little bit cold. But that's alright. I feel as though the distance between us will continue to grow greater and greater. I, for one, think that an image of a granddaughter going jogging with her grandfather, I think that's super cute and like an awesome bonding experience. And even though I did try jogging and it just doesn't work for me, it's not my thing, I can see how for other people it is, right? And they can have a really good time with it, so I see nothing wrong with that. Wholesome jogging, yeah. I'm afraid to look next to me. Even so, I need to let her know that this is just light socializing between Amitia partners with no ulterior motives. Rika makes a solemn face and remains silent. Ringo perhaps notices something is suspicious. Ichigo says, as soon as she says it, she strides off towards the back of the library. She says, then goes back to silence.
感想文苦手だからやめておくって。せっかく盛り上がってたのに。
At Ichigo's words, I look toward the back of the library. I see Mairi stand from her desk and walk toward a shelf to look for a new book. My gaze meets hers and our eyes lock. She's noticed. However, Mairi averts her gaze as though she's been looking at nothing. She hates me. My heart feels like it's being squeezed deep within my chest and I let out a long, deep breath. What do you think of the Amitia system now? Do you think we are better off with or without it? And the reply is, the previous system was better. I think over Komikado's question. She smiles at my quiet words and nods her agreement. How nice it would be if I didn't hurt her and she didn't hate me. Komikado says, playing with her empty cup. But she goes on. Alright. What do you think? Believe Yaigaki, believe Komikado this time. Given this choice, But that would mean I have to make a decision. I'm sorry, Bear. I'm doing my best over here, but I also don't want to, like, you know, marathon through it and not understand anything. It's already a little bit hard to understand how things are tying together because of the loss of context between the skips. So yeah, I'm doing my best, but we still have quite a few choices to go through at the very least. Rika's extra quotes route. Okay. Chidorin believes. Alright. I'm up to doing like half an hour more, something like that. If it can fit, that's great. If it doesn't fit, I do have to go to bed after that, so forgive me, but I will end it there. Yeah, let's see. Decision. Her use of the word tells me she understands my intentions. I had been caught up in thinking about how the three of us could get along, waiting for someone other than myself to change the situation. However, as Yaigaki said, the one who must make the decision is me. Really? So they're different, because I'm looking at the list from the previous routes. I guess some of the choices are not there anymore. Alright, let's see. That's good, she says with a wave of her hand. She then places the Natsume Soseki collection on her knee and leaves. As I watch her go, I think of the words I will say to Rika. It diverges earlier. Okay. Alright, let's see. Right. We wouldn't want Mairi-san's secret to get out, would we? See, this is one thing that I'm kind of confused, because this time the conversation between... Or maybe it's because we skipped it and we didn't hear the rest, I don't know. But the conversation between the Suo and Mairi was now in the ballet room, and it was like a much more compressed version of what happened without any indications that Mairi had feelings for her nanny. So, like, what is Rika blackmailing Suo with right now? I don't get it. Oh, sorry, I skipped that question. Which system, 2 or 3 people would you prefer? Yeah, I think 3 people is awkward, to be honest. We talked about it in previous streams as well. It invites weird dynamics because it's very hard to keep the level of interaction and connection the same between all three members of the group, right? At some point, one of the connection is gonna rise higher and it's gonna alienate the third person in some way or another. So I think that this like invites trouble and weird dynamics. So I thought that the two people would have been a bit more, I don't know, closed off to all of these like weird variations and stuff. Even though the system itself is a little bit artificial because it kind of forces a friendship in a way, but at least you have like some sort of like, I don't know, an excuse or an opportunity just to try to get to know a person, and you can see how far it can go. And if it doesn't really click that well, you can still keep it at a classmates kind of like level of interaction. But then if you have three people and two click and the third one doesn't really integrate that well, then it's just a mess. So that's why I think it's kind of with three people. But I don't know. The novel seems to suggest that three people was needed in order for Suo to make friends. Which I believe she can do even without that. But yeah. Anyway, right, so now we pick You Wooden Tattle over here. Mayuri's secret. The fact that she'd told me and Rika several times not to behave in a way that people would misunderstand was really because of her own secret. I believe in her goodwill, and I believe in Rika's goodwill too. Hey, Scrim. Yeah, I don't know. Nice to have you around. I thought maybe they did it also because of the whole people dropping out and then people suddenly being left with no Amitia partners. This way, at least if someone drops out of a group, there's at least two left. But yeah, I don't know. Pros and cons to each situation. Right.
何を言って。
リカがマユリさんを害することなんてしないって。だって私を好きなようにマユリさんのことも好きなはず。
ひどい人。
Her lips move, but her raspy whisper makes it hard for me to hear her clearly. However,
リカさんの表情が。
The anger in her expression turns to sorrow. I feel her heart has moved. That the time the three of us have spent together as Amitia partners was not a lie.
ごめんね、スオ。私はそれでもあなたを失いたくないの。だって私には。
She grabs my arm and I let out a yelp. The sound only fans the flame of her fury. Okay, sorry, we could already skip there. Right, so now we have... Oh, we have a question. We have to accept or not accept Rika. And I guess we do, because that's the whole point. And save? Okay. Okay, I save. And we save and we accept her. She takes a few steps back and her expression is so pathetic that I want to look away. I also pull back. Why did I pull away?
そうね。こんな無理やり求めてもあなたの気持ちは得られないのに。
Seeing Rika looking down and trembling somehow feels nostalgic. She's...
リカさんと私は同じなんだ。
She is lamenting that she has no place to belong. Before my grandfather took me in, I was the same way. My life with my stepmother gave me no sense of belonging. I learned piano in order to make a place for myself and desperately tried to ingratiate myself. I see my younger self crying. I see my younger self in Rika as she stares down.
泣いてしまうほど嫌だったのね。
A single stream of tears runs down my cheek, creating a path for the new tears to flow. I wipe away the wetness with my finger and smile at Rika in her anguish.
違うわ。リッカに昔の私を見たからなの。
昔の自分？
ええ。リッカが私へ話してくれた過去。それがどうしても。
No different from mine, I say. Her eyes, imploring me from behind her glasses, tug at my heart. I can't forsake her like this.
あのね、私はあなたに脅されるような形で付き合い始めたわ。だから急に関係が近く、密になったことで戸惑っていたの。
She squints sadly. She must be...
いいのよ。はっきりと拒絶して。自分の過去のことを話して、同情を誘った卑怯者だって、なじってもいい。
Well, in all fairness, you did kinda do that. She squeezes my hand and says in a tearful voice. I shake my head in silence.
拒絶なんてしないわ。
I say.
リッカは私のことを好きだと言ってくれた。私もリッカのことが好きよ。でもそれは友人としてなのか、あなただからなのか、それはまだよくわからないの。
スオさん。
だからもう少しだけ時間をちょうだい。私自身の気持ちをしっかりと見定めて。
In the red room, she trembles like a scolded child who is about to cry, then gives a single nod. Two weeks have passed since then. I think as I reflect on the past while letting the breeze wash over me. A few days after I figured out my feelings and told her, the news came that Miss Yatsushiro had hit her head and had to be hospitalized. The site where Yatsushiro was hit was under the cherry trees which Mayuri had been cleaning, meaning that Mayuri had come under suspicion as the culprit. The one who made the first move to help the now alienated Mayuri by trying to find the real culprit was Rika. She had asked around to many people and even snuck into Yatsushiro's room to find evidence, all to clear Mayuri's name. Ultimately, 1 week after the blow to the head, Yatsushiro was released from the hospital. When she returned to school, she declared that Mayuri was not the culprit. While we had been unable to clear Mayuri's name, so we don't solve that mystery in this one, okay? She recognized how Rika and I had done everything we could for her. And I'm now happy that the three of us have gone back to how things were before. I'd been there watching as Rika searched for the culprit in earnest. So she goes to the field of flowers with Rika, is that what it is? I raise my head at the sound of someone plopping down beside me and I smile at her.
どう？綺麗なところでしょ。
ええ。菜の花が咲いていればもっと綺麗だったでしょうけど。
Is that chamomile? That's good. It's so nice out here, she says, stretching widely as she looks up at the sky. It's a precious sunny day during the rainy season. Lovely clouds drift leisurely across the endless sky. We stare at the sky in silence for a while, not wanting to disturb the calm air around us. But I must start somewhere.
今日ここに誘ったわけ、聞いてくれる？
ええ。
誘ったわけは、教室でのあの日話した約束のこと。
Still staring at the sky, she says that it is what she thought, and smiles through her pained expression.
まゆりさんの疑いも晴れたし、アミティエも元通りになった。いい機会だものね。
リカ、私は。
She tells me that it's fine.
あの日の私はおかしかったのよ。誰が一番だなんて決めなくてもいい。居場所はアミティエとしてある。そうでしょ？
She smiles, but even now her expression is...
だから何も言わないで。私は
いやよ。私はね、リカ。あなたに待ってほしいと言ってから、ずっとあなたのことを考えていたわ。
Yeah, it is pretty. It is very pretty.
あなたの隣にいて、まゆりさんを心配し、励ますあなたを。自分がされたことのように、犯人を見つけようとするあなたを。
That's right. The girl who had been there for me since I first met her.
あなたは自分に居場所がないと言った。でも、この学院でたくさん思い出を作ってきた。
The day she made tea for me. That day we told secrets in bed together. The joy of sharing secrets. How happy I was, me who had so earnestly wished for a friend.
あなたとの出会いからたくさんの思い出が私の中に残っている。今までの大切な記憶たち。それが私たちを形作っている。居場所がないわけなんてない。
スオンさ
ん。リッカは逃げずに私へ向き合ってくれた。だから私もきちんと自分の言葉であなたへの思いを伝えるわ。私はこれからもこの学院でリッカと思い出を作っていきたい。だから。
The moment I tried to say those final words, a tear falls from Rika's eye. Then...
嘘。卑怯な真似をした私が求められるわけない。
いいえ、これは私が決めたこと。誰に強制されたからでもないわ。
Yeah, I thought that if Mairi wouldn't be the Virgin Mary, then Rika would be, but they haven't addressed it, so I don't know. I guess we're just glossing over it somehow.
ねえ、リッカ。
I stretch my hand to her cheek and wipe away the tears. I stare straight into her eyes, quivering behind her glasses.
私だけにあなたの紅茶を入れてほしいの。
She blinks and then says yes with a smile, nodding. Her smile is beautiful, like a summer wind. I wished and strived to find my place at the academy, but I just hadn't realized that I had a place all along. Rika's been by my side the entire time, and she'll stay by my side forever. Yes, she herself. Okay, thank you for accepting me as a friend. Alright. And I guess there we are. We made it. Yeah, and see, and does Mairi disappear after that? I think she does. Like, heartbreak. Comics? We have comics, okay. Yep, no more Mairi. Yeah, alright. So. Yeah, I don't know, I didn't really understand much of that. It felt a little bit forced. I think maybe because I would have expected to see more closeness between the two of them in this route. But then So kinda had still some moments with Mairi. So that kinda like threw a wrench into whatever was already a very brittle thing that kind of feels like it's like barely holding together in terms of how solid her closeness with Rika is. And now she says like, I've thought about it and I think this is, and like, I don't know, nothing, but like, I'm sure this is it. But I don't believe it because it doesn't, like, we haven't really been shown things to actually build up a foundation for her feeling things, right? So it's kind of like a little bit hollow. Yeah. It feels like an afterthought. Yeah, that's a bit sad. Okay, I can't click on comics. So, I have endings, I have music, I have gallery. But I can't click on voice and comic. So, I'm really sorry about that. Oh, sorry, I clicked music. Still closed, yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like there could have been a little bit more substance to it. Because it felt like Rika's plight was genuine. That she struggled with things in her past and that she developed this attachment to Suo. And I feel like they could have developed that a little bit better and even taken them to the point where, like, okay, we're not romantically involved, but we are friends and I'll be there for you and stuff like that. Like, it could have had that kind of substance and it could have been like a strong bond. But the way they kind of like haphazardly kind of put it together, I don't know. And also in Mayuri's route, I feel like Rika didn't fully, at least in my eyes, I didn't really understand how she suddenly was okay with things. How she went from blackmailing to like, oh, sorry, I fucked up. Yeah, go ahead, be happy with Mayuri. You know, it's just kind of like the transition wasn't really there. It wasn't really shown to us. I would have wanted to see that. I would have wanted to see her come around and deal with her feelings and try to understand the situation from a more mature point of view and grow with that. They could have done a bit more for her. I feel a little bit bad. Rika's development isn't in this game. No, okay. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. It has been nice, regardless. And yeah, like you said, it's just a quarter of the way through, and we're gonna go through the others. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There are other games it's setting up for, so I understand the game prioritizing the canon route. Okay. Okay. Well, if there's gonna be a bit more about her, then I will be looking forward to that and, you know, keeping an open mind. As I said before, when I was upset with her acting the way she did, I am open for a redemption arc. I just feel like it was kind of glossed over, and her change of heart was like, oh yeah, okay, it's fine. Why is it fine? Have you processed something? Can we see you processing that? You know, stuff like that. Rika is in my top 3. She was bottom 1 after this game. Okay, right. Then I'm looking forward to that. Alright, so for the spring volume, this has been it. I guess there is a bad ending, but like, I'm not gonna... It's okay. I'm good with this, and I'm also good with this formula of first doing the true ending and then exploring the side routes. That works out nicely for me. So we know it for the next ones, I suppose. There we go. Oh, sorry. This. Here we are. Let's see. Have I missed anything? No, I think I read everything. Rika as a character is great because she makes mistakes, but also she also drives a lot of the story forward. Yeah, that's fine. I would have wanted to see a little bit more about her recovering from those mistakes. That's all I'm saying. It just kind of feels like it was happening off screen. Yeah. Like something happened because then things got better between the three of them, and that was nice, but I would have wanted to see a little bit more how we got to that place. Yeah, so that's my one gripe that I had. But yeah, if you're saying there's gonna be more about the characters and this is like setting stuff up that's coming later, then okay, let's see what that is, and we will start with it next time. But as I mentioned to you last week, next time will be on the 30th of July, because I'm gonna be on vacation next 2 weeks and traveling and dealing with a few other things, so I would like to just take a break from absolutely everything and just focus on those things that I gotta do. And then I'll come back with refreshed energy reserves on the 30th of July. Who cares about Rika? I want to see Chidori. Yeah, looking forward to that as well. I forgot in which volume she was gonna come. I feel like Chidorin told us and I forgot which one. I'm so sorry, my memory is terrible. Oh, no worries, Chidorin. I'm having a great time. So yeah, thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. It's definitely not something that I would have picked up on my own. I don't think I would have ever heard of it on my own. But yeah, it's a cool and nice experience. The art is super pretty. The music is nice, and although I did comment on some of the low points of the story, I'm looking forward to more, and particularly because you are saying that this is kind of like the studio's kind of testing the waters for the first time with this kind of style and not really finding their footing just yet. But looking forward to see how they will, I guess, improve on that in the next ones. So yeah, we will start summer when I come back from vacation. Looking forward to that. For now, I'm gonna go rest because it's kind of late for me and I have an early morning tomorrow. I wish you all the good stuff. Take care of yourselves. Hydrate, please, please, please. The heat is absolutely insane. Here it's getting up to 38 this week. Yeah. Yeah, so take care of yourselves. Extreme weather is never nice, regardless if it's winter or summer. So make sure you are properly looked after. Ete is the goat. Okay. Okay. Next game is a big improvement. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Yeah. So I wish you a good weekend and a good couple of weeks ahead of you, until we see each other again on the 30th of July on a Tuesday. Yeah. Take care. Love you all. Thank you so much for joining. This has been really cool so far, and I'm looking forward to continuing. For now, good night and see you next time. Bye bye.